What's up, little homies? This is You Are Talking to Face, also known as Bad Horse, coming at you with your Week 11 Keys to Success. This week we're going to be doing a little TU assault on Hemorrhage in big team mode, which means we have a lot of friends playing with us this week. We got a couple new faces here this week. Angry Irish, who we haven't had on the show yet. We've got Silly Putty playing with us, and most importantly, we have Halo Reach Tutor. That's right, guys. The Halo Reach Tutor is playing big team battle with the Halo KTS team. So look for more of him. Hopefully we're going to be playing with him for a long time to come. Alright, so what he's doing here is using the third person advantage of a vehicle. That means that he can see over this hill even though he's not technically showing over the hill. And he's using that to avoid oncoming vehicles, and here he uses it to avoid this revenue. That's a really smart move, so I wanted to point that out here right at the beginning of the video, but it's not what we're actually going to talk about today. This week we're going to talk about positions, and by positions I mean different positions that each of your players are going to be playing. Here you can see Angry Irish is taking the position of being our sniper. Now, his physical position is up on the cliff, and he's going to utilize that to his advantage quite well during this match. But we have a lot of other positions on this team as well. And as you can see, Kiba is automatically taking the Wraith, and that has to do with the fact that he is probably the best person for that job. Now, determining positions for different people on your team has a lot to do with balance here. Now, what I mean about balance is that we're not necessarily going to have the best Wraith driver in the Wraith at all times. We're not necessarily going to have the best sniper on the sniper rifle at all times. And the reason for that is that we're going to take into account different people's skill sets and how they best complement the objective. Now, what you're seeing here is Unbiased Stone is driving, and we wouldn't normally have him doing that in a Slayer match because he is our best sniper. But the reason that he is on this little mission to rush Blue's base is that he is one of our best all-around players, if not the best all-around player. Also, Daravo is an extremely good all-around player, and that's why he's in the gunner's seat right now. I consider myself above average as a all-around player, and so I'm the one running the bomb. Out of the three, I'm probably the least skilled all-around, but I have them there to protect me, and that's the idea. Is you want each person to be able to fill the role that they need to, and my two compadres there are there to protect the bomb carrier, and I'm just there to score it. Now, you can see here that Angry Irish is doing a very good job with the sniper rifle. You want people that are skilled and adept at what they're going to be doing if they're going to be taking a power weapon like the sniper rifle or the Wraith, because you don't want to waste those power weapons. But, that said, you don't necessarily have to have the best person on them at all times, because that person may be better used elsewhere. Unbiased Stone is a perfect example of that. Now here you can see Daravo is trying to score that bomb, and we only went over there with two, hoping to get an easy bomb score, but it did not turn out to work out that way. And here you can see Angry Irish dropping in on this. He came down from his sniper perch, and he is now clearing out our base. So he's actually filling dual roles. He's acting as a sniper to cover us while we're out in the field, but he's also a dedicated defender. Through watching this footage, we realized that there are some changes that we need to make to our gameplay in Big Team Assault. One of those changes is having two extra dedicated defenders inside the base at all times. This is in addition to the sniper who's going to be looking over the base from the cliff. Another thing that we learned not to do is not to get caught up so much in the game that we start to go back into Slayer mode. And here Kiba makes a perfect example of that. He turns into the action instead of just booking it out of there. What he should have done is stayed clear of as many blues as possible, because his job as the driver there was to keep the bomb runner out of danger. Now, it's not uncommon to lose your train of thought in doing this, but you definitely want to have a driver who's keyed in, and to be honest, it's the only time that I've seen Kiba lose focus like that, but it does cost us a point there. Alright, so the next step forward is the buffer zone, and that's going to be kind of a mid-range zone between your forwards and your dedicated defenders. Your buffer weapons are going to be the blueberries, or plasma launcher, and the wraith. So your wraith driver and your blueberries are going to cover kind of the middle. They're going to, especially if you're on red side, they're going to cover all the way up to the hill, but not beyond it. If you're on blue side, you'll probably cover up to the hill and maybe just on the crest of the hill. This is important because it's going to be able to stop other vehicles from rushing your base, and hopefully with the blueberries you'll be able to slow down the other team's wraith. So it's important to have those people set for the entire game, and make sure that they keep getting back out there and keep getting those two powerful. Alright, so lastly, and of equal importance to the other two groups, is the group known as the forwards. Those are going to be your runner, your gunner, and your driver. Now, I usually suggest just taking the Warthog because it's very difficult to get a Revenant to work in this situation. However, if you're in a pinch, you can take your 3 people on a Revenant and a Mongoose, and that will give you enough people to play forward. You don't really want to take more than 3 people to push their base unless they're really just sitting tight in their base. If they're playing an even balanced game, 3 people should be enough to take them out. Now, what you want to do here, and our strategy has been, just drive in the front door. If the front door is blocked, or say the wraith is sitting on the side of the base, you can go to the opposite side of the base from where the wraith is and enter through that side. The ramp has worked out really well for us too in the past, and just dropping down on top of it if the doors are blocked. Here you can see Unbiased Stone was able to stay alive, and that is a very important aspect of being able to run the bomb, because had he not been able to stay alive, you can see there are no other Warthogs there available to run the bomb with. And so he's able to stay alive and bring that Warthog back so that Kiba can drive it for everyone. Now, if you'll note, we did switch, and the reason is that I trust Kiba to identify where that wraith is and where it's headed and take us in the right door. Now, unfortunately, when we do get in here, we realize that we're heavily outnumbered by blue team, who is camping their base in an effort to try and keep us from finishing this game off. But luckily, we're able to call for backup from our buffer zone. So a key for your success this week is not only going to be having your positions, but being able to be flexible in those positions and push people from one to the other as is needed. So anyways, that's it for this week. This is Bad Horse. Hope you enjoyed it. And don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe, and keep up with all that Halo KTS action every Wednesday here on this channel. Until next time, peace out, little homies.